Hey everybody, it is Wednesday, 7 o'clock. This is the internet broadcast system. That must mean it's time for the AXE+ARCANA fantasy adventure game. Are you mortals ready to adventure through Kotara tonight?
Oh, again?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, but
All
only
right.
Sure. We sure, let's do it.
we've got tonight's game, and then next week we are taking off, and then the following week will be our season finale for AXE+ARCANA. So next week I'm going to try and have something up in this time slot just to fill the space.
Gotcha.
So this is the penultimate adventure for the season. I believe I used that word right.
The one before?
How's everybody doing? Yeah, I think you're right.
Great.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good.
Going pretty high with my voice today.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
You got to do the upward inflection at the end.
Yeah, we're ready to kill some
Doing
things and
pretty good.
save some things and
Just have some adventure fun. Real quick synopsis. Your party has been trapped in the primordial era of Kotara.
Dun dun.
You've befriended some locals as well as some other folk who are trapped back here. Long story short, you are accompanying the barbarian Gorilla Red to an ancient site known as Azrael's Anchor. It is in this site that she returned back in time to this place and put the dinosaur through William Wisp's skull. Gorilla believes your and her best option of leaving this realm that's eternally locked into this dinosaur era is to return to the place where this all started, Azrael's Anchor, the tomb of an ancient lich that keeps him trapped, and from there try to figure out a way home. So when we last left off, you guys had left your ship and your technology that is your means of getting back home, your airship, with Leon and Bosch. They're locals from this place who know tech. They're sort of artificers, so they're working on it. As you and Gorilla were going to head west across this river towards Azrael's Anchor. I think I covered all the bits and pieces. Did I forget anything? Did anybody have any questions about any of that?
I remember it'll take a week to recharge the magical or the tech that will get us back to the future.
What the hell is Azrael's Anchor again?
So, is this
Great
a real question? Yeah.
Partially.
So, in the
Don't
lore
want to sound stupid.
No, it's all right. In the lore of this world, there was a lich, and nobody.
Oh no. I know about Azrael.
Azrael's Anchor is the place in which he is entombed, It's sort of
Okay.
a living prison that traps him in place and time. The only way
Right.
to stop him from bugging people was to anchor him in time. And so,
We're
yeah.
gonna. Okay. I don't trust us within 100 miles of that. But
What's the worst that could
are we
happen?
heading there?
Yeah, you guys, this was the direction you were headed because Gorilla Red believes it is the answers to the questions you seek on how to return home lie in Azrael's anchor. Welcome, everybody, to the Internet Broadcast System. Hey, gang, how's it going? Hello, hello, hello. Hit that like and subscribe. Welcome. Yeah. So, that is where we left off. Any other questions?
No, that's mine. Wait, did we
Thanks
were
for
we waiting on anything in particular
Thanks for
to
following
be?
Zismareth. No, so you guys kind of rested up. Your airship, which has been sort of reassembled and is floating in the water, Leon and Bosch, the turtle and the lizard folk, were fixing your ship and trying to recharge the battery, the realm transmitter. So you guys got all your equipment, you rehealed, you got your spells and everything, and in the morning you guys headed west across this river with Gorilla Red. Thanks for following, Polmark. Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that wasn't very thundery. All right. Thunder cracks and the sky flashes as your boots, or in ID10T's case, treads, reach the western banks of this river. A prismatic glow seems to emanate from the slowly falling droplets of rain. A dark cloud has begun to roll overhead as your party, led by Gorilla, makes for Azrael's anchor. All of you, lost in time to the realm of Krotara, seek answers from the place at which the red-crested barbarian arrived. Plunging the ancient dino sword into the skull of William Wisp, Gorilla used the moment of surprise granted by teleporting here to make her move. Trapped here in the ever-primordial realm, can our team find the answers that would help them find their way home? We're going to find out. So a rainstorm has cracked in. Droplets start flowing as Gorilla starts pushing through the brush on the other side of the bank and just starts making haste, hacking away with her axe, clearing a path in front of you. What do you guys find yourselves doing in this event?
If the rain doesn't bother her, it doesn't bother me. I also help hack away at the underbrush.
Yeah, I'll have a little. Oh, actually, I will take any loose branches and just kind of feed them into my chest cavity. You'll hear wood chipper noises.
Good.
ID Denty, folks who are just joining us, is our Warforged. He's on the top of our trio. He's a wizard. On the right, we have our Loxodon cleric, Bado. And on the bottom, we have our caveman, barbarian, half-orc, Zothok. So, ID Tenti and Bado seem to be doing their part to help Gorilla move this brush and make a path. Zothok, what do you see yourself doing?
Not being on mute anymore, and yeah, I'll follow behind.
Cutting through the thicket
Nah.
of the jungle?
Just trying to think if I had shoes. I need to put plastic bags over to. Thanks.
I need some better hacking sound effects. They're wet vines.
Oh, that's real wet.
Jesus,
That's real
man.
wet.
It's been raining.
Juicy.
outside. Occasionally, over the tree tops, you will catch glimpses of the prismatic volcano Chroma Crag in the distance erupting. You can't get a full sight of it, but I want to bring it up because I'm proud of it. Oh, wrong one. That one. There we go.
Oh yeah, there it is. It's not gonna move. Am I on drugs or is it on drugs?
Why not all of them? So this prismatic particulate that erupts from this volcano in the distance, you see little glimmers of it in the raindrops that fall all around you. There's like a hazy mist in the air, like the weight of a heavy wet blanket on you as the humidity starts to increase and grow as you make your way through this jungle. Everybody make me a perception or survival check. Give me an idea of... What's that?
Do I get to smell stuff?
Yeah, tell me how you are sensing your environment, if you're looking for anything in particular. Paint this scene for me, gang. Anybody want to go first?
Yeah, I rolled a 13 on perception. I do believe this is familiar territory for me, right? So,
Yeah, Zothok, go ahead. You can roll another 20. I'm going to give you advantage for being familiar with this terrain.
nat 20.
Natural
Yes.
20.
Yeah, so I'm just looking around.
Must be nice.
Make sure that none of those predators that I know the area to have are lurking in the dark.
You just...
Just aware, looking around, looking for something to stab.
Yeah, so you start searching the area for the telltale marks, right? You're looking for broken branches.
Right.
Okay, you don't see any right there. All right, are there any signs of nibbled berries? No. All right,
Any
seems good.
scat anywhere?
Yeah, you turn around and just see a massive pile of scat behind some branches.
Great.
You move the branches, and the warmth that emanates from it's immediate.
Yeah, oh no, that's good.
The
Yeah, I
heat's
can feel it.
faster than the smell. Massive
that humidity,
dinosaur-like flies sort of circling around it.
I like the vision of dinosaur-like flies.
Yeah.
T-Rexes with wings.
But the heat and the how do I put this? The texture of it, it's relatively fresh.
It looks like it's a carnivorous dinosaur, I assume.
Yeah, you can make out a femur.
There's a man halfway decomposed in it. Great.
Don't get eaten by them dinosaurs.
Okay, I would like to raise awareness to the group of said large predator.
So Zothok points to the pile. Gorilla sees it and kind of holds up a fist, telling everybody to sort of be quiet and take notice. Bado and ID10T, how do you guys react?
I'll do as she says, but I'm swatting at the flies that are constantly buzzing around me.
All right.
I was about to remark that must be what I'm smelling with my 12 perception, but I'm shutting up now.
Yeah, you try to smell. You try to smell through it, smell over it. I'm not sure how smell
gross.
line of sight works. But yeah, all you can make out is like the smell of some berries that have been digested over the course of 3 days, by the creature that the dinosaur ate, not by the dinosaur itself.
Right.
That'd be ridiculous. So you're kind of swatting around, and then you hear it in the distance.
Doesn't sound like distance.
That's in the distance. Yeah.
I can't control the sound. I'm sorry. Everybody pretend
We are booked.
it's a little further in the distance. But you hear the sound of whatever left this in the more or less immediate vicinity. You notice Gorella's eyes sort of take around as she's scanning the area, trying to make rhyme or reason out of everything.
Can I do a knowledge check on what might have been, or do we is the dinosaur within sight, or is it just
No, it's one of those. It's on the periphery. You know, whatever made that noise can probably, if it's looking for you, it can see you, but you're not sure you can see it. Oops.
Well, yeah. Well, then I would like to do a knowledge check and see if I can identify the species of dinosaur that is going to come around the corner and eat us.
ID10T starts digging into the data banks.
I was
Bado,
afraid you were going to say poop.
Zothok, anything while he's trying to identify that?
I mean, I rolled for nature, but I got an 8, so I probably didn't know anything more about that animal. I imagine, like, I'm looking at the pile of crap going, I wonder, as the camera pans up and there's a cutout shape of where the dinosaur was as I walk through the brush. Just not paying attention to it at all. What a terrible roll.
Standing in the footprint.
Yeah, exactly.
ID10T, what'd you get?
Oh, that's right. I was rolling for something. 15. Oh, wait. What is it? A knowledge check?
Yeah.
Nature.
Yeah.
That's a 18 then. Yeah.
Oh boy, so you roll through your data banks and you're sort of like trying to piece up different sizes and vocal cord patterns of different creatures that could match this, and nothing is quite registering. You start building a possible profile on it. It's large. It's probably carnivorous based on these droppings. It's probably bipedal, looking by these tracks. Heavy gait by the imprints in the mud. It's some sort of hunter, but you're not. That information does not exist in your databanks.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Do you tell your party any of this?
Well, I don't know what it is, so. Are we heading in the direction of it? This depends on that.
You guys were crossing parallel to it.
I really want to follow it, but we've got a mission to do. So you can see me hesitantly staring towards the direction that the dinosaur went. Okay. But if we continue on, I will continue with the party.
Anybody else in the gang have thoughts?
I'm really hoping, but trying to be as quiet as possible. So hoping to myself and to my higher power that the Warforged is not thinking of making this another pet. I see that look. I'm not.
Fool me thrice.
Just imagining him with the head of the dinosaur in his belly, and that's it. Can't possibly fit him.
Wait, I might need to make an addendum to some things. Okay. Zothok, the droppings do look less processed than they should be.
He's got IBS.
Hey, Internet Broadcast System. Hit that subscribe. And ID10T, while you were listening to that vocal pattern, it sounds like you hear like a wheeze to it. Like it's not roaring at full strength.
Oh, is this going to be one of those tales where the lion has a thorn in its paw? We're going to get some cough medicine. Let's do it, guys.
Thank you for following Fred85T. Yeah, so
I believe Zothog is just staying quiet. Because 4 of us are not going to be able to take this thing down.
Says you.
Why are you talking? I didn't say that.
No, I just literally. I need that. He just goes, says you.
Everybody
Zothog not say nothing.
Everybody give me one more perception check.
No, bug. Perception's fine. I'm fine with perception. Oh, man, come on.
I'm on it today. I got a 3.
I got an 8. Doing better than ID10.
I got a not natural 20 if you let me smell whatever it is. So I finally the rain's starting to tamp down the stench of what's immediately next to us, and there's the more ambient smells can make their way.
So, Bado, this time you kind of reposition your Loxodon
Go
snout.
upwind.
Yeah, you get a better whiff, and you immediately smell rotting. You like death, something that's been sitting in the sun for a little while, and you can definitely pick the direction it is. It's the direction the footprints were headed. And as you kind of look up, you see some shuffling in the bush ahead.
I try to bring attention to the rustling without being unstealthy.
So Bado
gesturing.
grabs everybody's attention and points it towards the shuffling in the bush ahead. Does anybody take any action or upon that knowledge?
I'm going to take a shot.
What?
ID10, do you want to fire into that bush?
I want to fire into the bush. We've already encountered one like homicidal robot in the bushes before. I'm not taking any more chances. Is Apex with us, by the way?
Apex.
Yeah, what happened to that person?
So everybody who's just joining us, this adventure consists of 2 parties playing parallel games in the same universe. So not last week, but the week before, the last time this group played, they were tracked through the jungle by a warforged who was built specifically to guard these woods. His name is Apex. Here's Apex right there. Apex was here to prevent wrong technology from getting out of this realm and back. So Apex stayed with Leon and Bosch back at the airship that is getting fixed. There's Bosch, and there's Leon for everybody just joining us. So Leon, Bosch, and Apex, the Warforged Guardian, are all back at the river with your airship, repairing it, watching over it, etc. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So ID10, you want to fire into there?
Yeah, like as soon as the bush starts rustling, like my whole upper turret just immediately locks on,
Okay.
and you hear like a pew pew laser, like the blasters from Star Wars, and I just fire a blaster into the bush.
What spell are you casting?
It's gonna be a firebolt spell, but it looks like a blaster bolt.
All right.
And so that's you hurl a motive blaster at a creature or object within range. Make a ranged spell attack against the target. I don't really know what I'm shooting at, so I think disadvantage.
Yeah, roll it at disadvantage for me as you're firing into the movement in the bush.
Okay. Roll 2. Oh, okay. That's not good for anybody. I rolled a 3 on one of them and a 1 on the other. So I think that's a 6 with my attack.
So you didn't lock on.
No, I absolutely did not.
You fire into the bush. Your bolt pierces through the flora. There's a nice precision cylinder with the red glowing edges.
Okay.
Shoots in. You said a 7 was your highest?
6.
6. So it shoots, and it seems to mish, but it knocks a branch down, and behind the branch you see...
No.
Oh, so I was right. I should shoot
shambler.
blindly more often.
I would go ahead and say, please don't do that.
So it looks at the the laser bolt that just missed it, sort of slowly comprehending what's going on around it. Gang, everybody sees this?
Mm-hmm.
How is everybody react?
I mean, I'm of course going to try to throw something immediately at his head. I would like to throw... What is that thing called? It's a spear, but it's not a spear.
Javelin?
Javelin?
That's the one,
There we
thank
go. Let's bring
you.
that jungle back up. Alright, so Zothok, upon seeing an undead, Zothok, I will...
Javelin.
Yeah. You
Mm-hmm.
reach
No,
out.
sorry, saying...
While you are from this realm, from this era, when you lived here, undead were not a thing you really ran into.
Yeah.
I'm not
makes
sure if I
sense.
mentioned that before, but so yeah, you upon seeing this, you reach to your satchel, you grab that javelin, roll me an
Yeah,
attack.
I'd like to chunk it here. Let's see here. Oh, buddy. It's a strength check. I mean, it's strength equipment, right? Bup. So I rolled an 11, but what do I add to that? Where's 3? So 14.
So you throw your javelin and it sticks into the chest of the
Got the breastbone.
the shambler. Go ahead and roll me damage.
6 on the damage.
6 on the damage. So
I haven't heard any other noises besides that one, right?
no.
Okay.
So the arrow hits. How much damage did you do again?
6.
6. All right. So 6 points worth of damage plunge into its chest, and that's when you notice the brush around it start to move, and you realize this zombie is inside of something, and it starts to elevate as you realize it's sort of sticking out of the exposed chest cavity of the undead T-Rex who was napping and the zombie
Okay.
inside of his chest cavity.
Random shots in the bushes might not be the best tactic.
Thank you. Bonus action, please allow me to rage.
All right.
Our friends are...
Upon seeing this, the barbarian rages, and we will roll for initiative, gang.
Alright.
Oh, shit.
Oh, look, I rolled a 1.
I rolled a 7.
16.
Just to make sure that is a 7 and not a 1. Yeah, 7.
Vado?
6.
All right. So our initiative order is ID10T, followed by Zotha, Vado, and then the undead T-Rex in last place. ID10T, you're up first. What would you like to do?
Let's see what I'm gonna have to do here. Take care of some business. Oh, that might work. It might work.
Oh, no.
It
Also,
might
you
work.
guys, I think I've said this before, but if a party is in a group together before the next NPC, if you guys want to switch which turn order you're in, that's fine.
Okay. I'm going to cast a spell.
What spell are you casting, ID10T?
Animal friendship.
Alright. Alright.
Beautiful.
It's a charisma check.
Yeah, I'm trying to
You were
search it right
asking
now.
Initiative points into charisma just before the game started.
You ever seen somebody try to pet a T-Rex, get his hand chopped off? You're
I'm
about
gonna
to.
I'm gonna start making cooing noises to it. Like, ooh.
So
Cool.
it is I have to make a charisma saving throw? Or?
This spell lets you convince a beast that you mean it no harm. Choose a beast that you can see within range. It must see and hear you. If the beast's intelligence is 4 or higher, the spell fails. Otherwise, the beast must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or be charmed by you for the spell's duration.
Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw, yes. And the I forget what do you have to beat, do you know?
So
Spell save DC should be 13.
That's your spell save DC?
Does it increase as you level?
It should. So your spell save is, I forgot what there's a formula for it. It's like 12 or 9. Shoot. Your spell casting ability modifier plus proficiency. Let me check the DM screen. Answers here. Anybody in chat have the answer? 13 seems a little low, but I'm not sure.
Wait. Oh.
Okay, let me make the save. Let me make the roll first.
Yeah, go ahead and make the roll.
That is a 2.
I see.
So describe to me how you are charming this.
I am. You see my noodle arms kind of like elegantly kind of moving back and forth and wiggling, and I am going, cool.
So we're gonna have a perfectly tamed T-Rex with a really upset zombie in his chest.
So what spell did you cast?
Animal friendship.
Animal friendship. I need to look at the text of this just real quick, just to
Absolutely.
make sure.
Not gonna take his word for it. He has no reason to lie.
Here's the only thing that I ask is that when the zombie finally falls out of the chest, can he play the ribs like a xylophone?
All I can say is, thank God I didn't actually hit it with the laser. Because I don't think this would have worked if he was hostile.
You think that's what would have not made it work, not your flailing
Well,
arms?
this music's trash for this, but you. All right, so ID10T comes out of the woodwork, making mechanical cooing noises, and the dinosaur seems entranced. Go to the previous song on Discord. You know?
I'm not sure.
Is there a way to restart the?
You would just cancel it and then play it again.
You do your rhythmic dance, and its eye sort of watches you, and the serpentine motion of your arms start to like lull it, and you see its posture get less aggressive, to the point where you're like, okay, maybe we did this, and it does not look of a threat to you anymore.
So I'll turn my little eye stalk back at them and do as best as I can to represent a wink.
You're just blinking your eyes.
You just see Morse
One
code.
of them.
So you see Gorilla Red standing there with her staff, and she kind of watched this whole thing transpire. She's not quite sure she trusts it, and you see the undead thing get up, sort of shake its bones out. It shimmies, and the zombie inside of its gut cavity shakes out with some more partially digested stuff. Part of a pterodactyl wing, a rubber boot, and the dinosaur starts to make its way away from you into the dense thicket of the jungle.
All right.
In the distance as it leaves. One more.
Goodbye, graceful creature.
Oh no!
Otto breathes a sigh of relief. I did not want to think about having to feed that one.
Oh, the zombie's still here though?
Yeah, so he's.
Oh, thank God.
You notice, and as the
That javelin-
T-Rex
That
takes off in
javelin
one
was a
direction,
gift.
the the undead with Zothok's javelin in its chest. It's trying to come towards you, and the javelin keeps catching tree branches. And so he can't quite get at you, and it's starting to bend the wood. You're a little frustrated at it.
Oh, I'm little as.
Yeah. What would you guys like to do?
Get my javelin back.
I could turn it, but I feel like we could use an outlet for our aggression.
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
So
Are
what
we
do you
still
do?
in order?
No. So it's sort of neutralized. It's aggressive, and if you get near it uncautiously, it will try to bite at you. But we don't have to be on initiative for this. Whatever you guys decide to do with it.
I would ask ID10T to do some more arm stuff.
To the zombie?
Yeah, you flail arms at zombie. And I would walk around behind the zombie, pull out my dagger, and try to stab him in the head.
Okay. So what should I should roll something for this.
You
You succeed.
well. So it's not a.
It's just a distraction.
It's just a
Yeah,
distraction.
you're just distracting.
Okay.
So you're kind of like waving around, trying to distract it, and Zothok starts moving around, and this zombie seems more interested in the thing with flesh. So like the movement's nice, but like it sees Zothok. It's still stuck in this, tree branch javelin, and so Zothok, he can walk up right behind it, and it can't reach you.
It can't turn.
Yeah.
Okay, good. But it's trying.
And if you want to, you can take it out without having
Yeah, I
to
would
roll
like
it.
to. Oh, okay. Yes, absolutely.
Because Walking Dead rules skulls are made of cardboard, apparently.
I'm glad you said so because that roll was terrible.
Zothok dispatches of it. I imagine he takes his
Good old dagger.
good old dagger.
Yeah, I'm gonna use a dagger on that guy. Just straight in, straight out.
Take your javelin back.
Absolutely. It's a gift.
It's a gift.
I wipe it off on some leaves. Can you do some of the squishy leaf noises?
Can
There we go. That's me. And I put it back on my back. Oh, not that again.
No, you were just thinking about it. That was just a memory.
You were just.
Okay, so you regather your things after encountering and surviving a zombie T-Rex. Good on you, party. After the hubbub of it all sort of dies down, Gorilla immediately gets back to work, making way in the direction she was headed.
Before we go, I would like to investigate the stuff that fell out of the T-Rex.
Okay. Yeah. Roll me a investigation check.
All right. 11.
11, huh? Okay. Roll me a D100.
Ooh, that's a big one. I'm gonna go ahead and roll a D10 and another D10.
Sure.
67.
67. All right, give me a second. Let me do this little question.
All right.
But yeah, you look in and let's find my table. You have found. Sorry, gang. You find a jar of ointment. You find like some scraps of rags, a chewed up boot, like I said. But in the middle of all of the guts and gore, yeah, there's a small jar that has a liquid in it. Looking at it, you can tell whatever its solvents are made of are probably of an arcane property. So you could take the time to identify it now, or you could put it away and continue on.
Not so interested in what it is at the moment, just that it is something that I want. Go ahead and open up the old canaroo and slap her on in.
As you go to slap it in,
What a weird way to bounce.
you open it up, and as you go to put it in, something crawls out.
Ooh.
I have to do two things
What?
right here. Not this. Excuse me, everybody. That's next. Yeah. Where is it? Nope, that's not it at all. A small rodent crawls out of your chest cavity. And as it kind of hits the ground and takes account of where it is, you recognize it from its exposed brain and glowing eyes.
Oh no.
Is it trying to run away?
It looks like it's just taking an account of its surroundings.
Okay, if I can, I'd like to slowly reach down and try and pick it up and put it back inside.
You're going to try to pick it up?
Yeah, and put it back where it was, because it should not be running away.
What was this thing called? It was called...
Do I need to do like a animal handling?
Yeah, make me an animal handling check as you reach down.
17.
What is this damn thing called?
Cranium rat?
Cranium rat. It's a cranium rat. Where the hell's my cranium rat art? Mother front door. I can't find it. We'll find it. You rolled a 17 on...
Animal handling, yes.
I rolled a 5. Sorry, that can't be perfect. How's animal handling different from what you did earlier?
Earlier it was a spell. This doesn't really... They're not really friendly with me after this. This is just like how to handle them for like a turn. So he's not going to be happy that I picked him up.
So it makes you non-threatening?
No, it's just like I pick him up without him biting me or causing any damage.
For one round?
Kind of. Yeah.
Alright, here. It's not transparent. Sorry, everybody.
After that, all cards are off the table.
So it's one of these. Everybody who's just joining us, the party encountered some cranium rats in a airship chase. So as you're looking at it and trying to get it, you realize that this thing seems reanimated much in the way that that zombie was and in the way that the T-Rex was.
This cursed place.
And yeah, so...
And I imagine the others see this.
Yeah, everybody, Bado and Zothok, you guys recognize this gorilla's sort of, her eyes have widened and she's trying to see what's going on. Is this thing a threat? You seem to be working with it like you know it.
There goes the neighborhood.
But previously when you guys encountered them, they had this like white, almost purplish aura to them. Now its eyes and brains glow yellow.
What?
That's a new color.
So,
He's back.
ID 10 to you, handled animal enough to put it back in your hatch, and then you shut the hatch shut.
Yes, that's what I will attempt to do, yes.
Uh-oh.
And you successfully put it into your storage bin. Seats back.
Cut to it chewing its way out.
All right, so you guys make your way out of the thick oppressive heat and constant vines and thorns of the jungles and make to an opening. The expanse in front of you is rocky. You can see on the horizon the forest line is clear cut and seems to avoid this place around you. In front of you, there's this large expanse, and then in the middle of it, there's this plateau that sort of rises up out of nowhere. This is art I found that best resembled what I thought. But this plateau, it's like a cylinder, but with a flared bottom, and it rises up to where the cloud tops are. Not the cloud tops, I'm sorry. You see mist from the bottom of the clouds start to obscure the top of it, and it seems to be covered in vines and greenery, whereas all of this area around it is open and barren, and you start to pick up the acrid smell of sulfur in the air as this low, dry wind sort of starts to breeze in from this thing.
Interesting. Is it volcanic?
Do I recognize this?
This Zothok is the place you are always supposed to avoid.
No.
Perfect. It's the forbidden zone.
ID Tenti, you feel like a small charge to your system a little bit. Like there's an energy to this place you're picking up. Bado, the cleric, there's almost the absence of, not the absence of your deity, but you can feel its presence is not welcomed here, not wanted here. There's something off about this place. Gorilla points to it and says, Azrael's anchor.
It's got a bad vibe.
She kind of chuckles. Not sort of chuckles. Our answers lie in there, friends.
In or on top of?
In and up. This thing was constructed by the Warforged to keep Azrael here. It's chambers upon chambers of magic and metal used to entomb the Lich Azrael here in this time. There are a couple of different ways in. There's sort of like a front entrance and then a ceremonial entrance port sort of thing on the top of the what we call the pylon.
Since we're here at the periphery, I feel like now would be a good time to go over any safety tips you might have about not unleashing the eldritch horror. Any do's, do nots you might be able to provide our party?
When I arrived here, I arrived with the Realm Transhibitor in an effort to banish William Wisp here. I used the moment of distraction from this planar shift that led us here. I saw that sword. I drew it, pierced his skull. My ring on my hand welded to that sword. I lost a lot of blood in the scuffle. I don't remember much about inside of Azrael's Anchor, but this place is surrounded by pools of acid, and the ground here lives. And like when she says that, you see a geyser shoot off in the distance, and the smell of sulfur again starts to fill the air around you.
I take it we don't want to pull out that sword if we see it.
There were no, from what I've heard from Leon and Bosch, the undead were not an issue here, and my assumption is drawing that sword to kill William Wisp woke up the Lich, because why else would there be such undead presence in these areas.
You unsealed one thing to seal another.
Yeah, but, order of operations.
It seemed like a logical thing at the time.
Nobody has laid witness to Azrael. Nobody's said they've seen him outside of this tomb.
Or inside the tomb, I hope?
Nobody approaches this place.
Oh, okay, that's reassuring.
As you can see, like, even the nature around it does not want to be part of this place.
I do sense that.
Yeah, you see, like, petrified tree stumps that have sort of died and eroded away over the eons, however long this has been here. And this place is locked in time, so it's all time and no time all at the same time. Haha.
Can I do a... For the first part, I would like to do a memory scan and see if I recognize anything around here.
Okay.
Just do a big sweep of the whole area. Just a roll. Okay, that's
Just
not
help
going to
us
be
get
too
home.
great.
What'd you say?
Just help us get home.
I rolled a 7.
A 7.
And what did... I didn't hear what you said. So
Yeah, what did you say, Zelak?
Will it help us get home?
Will what help you get home?
Anything here. This whole thing. Sothak does not want to fuck with this.
I don't know where else our answers would lie.
Just need to be very careful.
What's up?
Didn't they just need like 1 week to figure out how to fix?
They were going to try to repair the airship. That's correct.
And charge up the transhibitor.
The realm transhibitor. That is
Yeah,
correct.
let's wait out. Let's just wait out.
You guys recall also that the other party you encountered were heading in this direction as well. They were in pursuit of a cloaked figure who had been sort of plaguing them. I don't know if you guys remember what happened on the beaches with the sea spawn and the Croatoa. When you guys split up. You guys went right to follow Leon and Bosch and the Realm Transhibitor, and they went left in pursuit of their cloaked figure. ID Tenti, did you have a second thing you were asking about?
Second thing was just I was going to scan the mound and see if there was anything Warforged-y in design or structure. Yeah, like entrances or parapets or anything like that.
Did you have a familiar ID Tenti? I don't remember.
Yes, but it's been quite some time and I haven't let him out.
Okay.
So I don't know if I don't think it needs food.
Okay. No, I don't think they do. What was it again?
There's a little spider bot.
Okay, that's right. Okay. I remember we talked about it, but I can't remember where we were. So you're going to do a scan of the area for any Warforged tech. I'm going to take a real quick bathroom break.
Same.
Just so much that I'm going to put the intro back on. No, I'm going to put on the be right back screen. Everybody will be right back. 3 minutes. We're back on the Axe and Arcana. Thanks for being patient while we used the little wizard's rooms and grabbed us an ale. A little Sapporo ale right there.
Got a little blood and honey myself.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Blood and Honey Brewed in Austin, Texas. Oh, I gotta show you guys. I got a new concept of... I need to show Patrick specifically. So everybody who's watching, Wednesdays at 7 we play D&D, although we're almost at the end of our season, honestly. On Thursday nights we play Rocket League and Overwatch and Red Dead Redemption, all sorts of stuff at 8 p.m. So if you guys want to join us, please feel free to. That would be real nice of you. I'm working on a new character, a new bit. Shoot,
For Thursdays?
yeah, instead of playing myself, I'm sort of thinking of maybe doing some hosting.
Okay.
Like esports.
Uh-huh.
And hired a new host.
Is it skeleton related?
Do you think it is? Are you looking at the stream?
I am looking at the stream.
The esport report
Hell,
with
yes,
more.
finally.
Wait, ready? Is this thing on? I'm not getting any audio. This thing's not working.
Perfect.
Something we're playing. With.
Yeah, like and subscribe. Thank
Hit
you.
that like and subscribe. So Pat, we need to get you one going. That was
Absolutely.
It's been a dream I've had since we worked at in the
It was
haunted
like
house.
10
industry.
years ago, yeah.
My friend, she's a seamstress. I've mentioned a jacket, so I'm hoping to get a little jacket for him.
Oh, that's great, yeah.
Internet broadcast system colors. All right. So, we are sitting at this grand opening in the woods. There's an expanse of geysers and pools of acrid, sulfur-smelling liquids surrounding this cylindrical construct known as Azrael's Anchor. So you see Gorilla sort of putting her like weapons away that she was using to cut stuff and getting in a more comfortable gear configuration for this long trek across. This is like 1.5 miles, 2 miles.
With an incline? Oof.
Till you get to the base of this thing, and then it sort of juts up like a mesa. Parts of it are almost straight vertical, and then other parts of it are a little tapered towards the base. But it's hard to make out a lot of the detail of it just from this distance, and then there's the misty haze from the storm that's rolled in, and then not to mention just the spray added from the various geysers that seem to erupt at random intervals on your landscape. This beer is not what I wanted.
All right.
All right. So, gang, are you ready to try and traverse this landscape?
As ready as we'll ever be.
Let's find some. What's good geyser ambiance?
Ugh, that's really specific.
Is it though? Should it be?
Geyser.
Geyser ambience.
Like volcanic ambiance? Oh.
Lava
What's this?
ambiance, yeah.
Maybe
Bubbling.
nature.
Bubbling would do.
Yeah.
Boiling water, yeah.
Bubbling, boiling, heated geothermic pools, sounds, ambience.
The
10
sound
hours
of
that. I need 10 hours of that.
incredibly impressed tourists from afar.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Neat. I know there's a
One of
fence
nature's
here, but
wonders.
then I'm gonna go on the other side.
Were there like little signs that tell you not to step off the path?
When I was in Iceland, they literally just a sign and no gates, and the tour guide was like, "We don't put gates up because we expect our citizens to know how to read signs and be responsible."
What a
They
world.
have those at Yosemite.
Yeah.
If you ever been there, they have the signs that tell you like,
Yeah.
hey, dummy.
But they put fences up there. Like, our tour guide was ragging on them. It was like, we know
well-
how to pay attention up here.
It's been a while since I've been, but they didn't have any when I was there. It was just wooden walkways.
I think at parts they've added it. I feel like I have heard as much.
I mean, I wouldn't doubt it. I really wouldn't.
I would love to go. I've never been.
It smells like it smells stinky.
Stinky?
You get within, yeah, because it's all sulfur. So it literally smells like, well, to be a little crude, it smells like farts. Like within like 20 miles of it.
Yeah.
Oh my.
And you'll never, and like as long as you're within 20 miles, it probably smells like that.
Well, that's what
But
you
it was-
smell.
Yeah, it was a real nice place though.
I would
Beautiful.
love to go.
Absolutely beautiful.
Great snow. All right. So Gorilla starts making her way across the landscape. You guys want to give me a marching order? Patrick,
I guess Gorilla is leading.
Well,
Yeah, and so it's kind of one of those. Have you been to McKinney Falls? Where you guys will kind of like spread out and find the best path for you.
Mhm.
So you don't necessarily have to like step in her tracks unless you want to. So who
I'm gonna make my own path.
I mean,
I'm gonna roll
your
out
wheelbase is wider
confidently.
than her feet, so you can
That's a good point.
Yes, but I do weigh like 340 pounds.
it's sinking in everywhere you go. I will be last.
Bado, you want to
I
go
will
before
be
ID10 or in second?
I'll be second.
All
La
right.
la la la.
So this is the part where the camera drone picks up over this wide landscape of our party making their way towards Azrael's anchor. All three of you, will you roll me? Ooh. All three of you roll me a d6.
All right.
Cheat it.
Use my
3.
Do,
basket.
do.
4.
Bado?
1.
All right, so ID10T, sort of leading his pack, wheeling along, does not notice the slight tremor in the ground as a
Okay.
geyser erupts from beneath his treads. ID10T,
Oh, boy.
will you make me a reflex saving throw?
Sure.
I'll try.
Dex. Did you say dexterity?
It's a reflex saving throw, so it should be dexterity based, I believe.
Ooh, that's not gonna end well. Oh, okay. Never mind. 17. That was
Alright,
lucky.
So you're barreling down this eroded rocky path. The ground starts to tremor, and you right at the last minute sort of hit a turn and drift around this geyser that shoots this hot spray of acrid liquid up, and this mist trickles around it, and little droplets hit your boards and plates on you, and ever so slightly eat away at a little bit of it.
Okay.
Not enough to do you damage, but to give you some cool mottling. M-O-T-T, is that right? Speckling?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will remain completely oblivious to the danger as I continue forward.
Zothok and Bado, you two were not in the vicinity of the geyser as it erupted, and you saw Bado sort of skirt it. I'm sorry, ID10T skirt it and continue on his way.
What you get for going to forge your own path?
I turn around. I'm like, "Come on, guys! Come on! It's safe."
Does this change
Stupid
anybody's
eye stocks.
behaviors?
Yeah, absolutely. I
That's a
freeze in
t-shirt,
place.
stupid eye stocks.
It does not change mine currently because I'm oblivious.
So, Zothok, sort of like pauses with caution. Bado, how do you continue on?
I'm still following Grella.
You're still going. All right. Zothok, you
I mean, I
notice
make sure that identity is okay from afar.
he seems
I-
unfazed completely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I imagine that I look okay.
He kind of,
How
honestly,
am I doing?
he kind of looked cool. And Bado's older and maybe not one to think things are cool, but like even you think that was a little cool. Zothok, you see the party starting to make distance from you. Maybe those thoughts of them not supposed to be here are recurring in your head, and seeing that geyser, maybe
Absolutely.
take an inspiration die, sir.
Thank you.
Party, you notice Zothok stop moving 30, 40 feet behind you.
I turn around and I'm going to be like, "Hey!" Like yell back to him. Come on, it's okay.
I shout, "What's wrong?" Something more like inquisitive. Do you see
No
something?
go here.
He said no go here.
Yeah. This no good. Ground bad.
Why is ground bad?
Jettison from ground makes skeletons.
It's nothing
This-
we haven't faced before.
Far above what I call pay grade.
ID 10T maybe not worried because it doesn't have a skeleton.
He
Of
does
his own,
inside of him.
his own.
I think I'm not worried because I'm a complete idiot. But
Oh, I get it.
No, now I see.
I love the other party. Somebody was like, identity. And then I think somebody else saw the ID 10T, what it's
Yeah.
spelled. It was
Yeah.
wonderful. Yeah, so he does not. Let's actually make me a Zothok. Will you make me a
Zothok check.
Constitution check.
My constitutions are fine every morning.
Is that right? Wait, hold on. It's a Constitution. I want to see if he's frightened.
Oh
What's the
boy.
ability, gang?
what's that?
If he's
The ability for what?
frightened.
Wisdom, I believe. Because it's will.
Is it Will?
Wisdom?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm looking on my sheet here. Where my wisdom is +1. Okay, so I rolled a 10.
Yeah. Oops. Oopsie. Almost knocked some shit down. Yeah, so you are technically
Scared out of your pants.
well, the term is frightened. You have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of your fear, Azrael's anchor, is in sight, and you can't willingly move closer to the source of your fear.
Oh
So,
no.
like, you guys see that he's having a moment and does not want to budge. Gorilla, sort of ahead of the pack, looks back and yells like, "What's wrong? Let's go!"
Hold on, I think the poor little thing is scared.
How dare you?
I do say it kind of jokingly.
It made me think of the short round on Indiana Jones where he's like, "Strong one, strong one." It'll just fall through the ground, and he's like, "Nope."
I would approach Zothok and put my hand on his shoulder reassuringly while also casting resistance.
Tell me about resistance there, Bado. What does resistance do?
You get to add a D4 to your saving throws, or one saving throw in the next minute.
Oh, just one? Great.
Well, so Zothok, you
I
can
can
make
cast
another
again.
saving throw. Make the same roll you just did and add a d4 to your results. So your cleric friend is coming to you speaking words of peace and strength and courage.
But also a little bit of buck up.
Yeah.
14 this time.
The attitude maybe kind of like, what the fuck did he just say? Like,
Yeah,
the little guy comment more than anything.
absolutely.
Yeah. So
He's 300 pounds. I know, it's small.
So you're like, oh, yeah,
Way more than Warforged.
I'd rather die than be called little.
Yeah, you've met people, right? People are like that.
Yeah, I've met most people.
Yeah.
Some of them's boats are still in the bottom of my lake. All right, so yeah, that push, Bado, maybe you don't quite get that it was the insult that pushed Zothok over the edge. You're just kind of like proud.
It was
like,
sure is my words of wisdom
Yeah.
and calming voice and
Mhm.
godly mantle.
I don't know what that means, but I like it.
Exactly.
So Zothok takes that next step, and it's the closest to Azrael's anchor you've ever been. And you take another step, and
I did it.
Now that's the closest you've ever been.
Yeah.
Somebody took the Fellowship of the Ring. I just saw this on Reddit last week. And every time Sam takes a step, they cut in the scene where Sam says, "This is the furthest I've ever been from home." And it's like a 9-hour, 45-minute cut of the movie.
Oh my god, that's great.
That is great.
I'm appreciating. As I get older and as this world goes more to trash, I just appreciate dumb stuff like that. Fred85T in chat says, once at a game a similar line was used, not a single one was human. Yeah, I know people. Why do you think I hang out with you?
That is interesting that none of us are
None of you are-
What is
The other party?
no, our guide.
Oh,
I never remember her name, but what is
Gorella.
Gorella?
She's
What is she?
She's a
Oh, it should have been April.
she's a female barbarian.
April.
I haven't really thought about her race.
You guys get it.
Or her ancestry.
All I can think of is
It's
the
rude
ruse.
to ask.
Yeah, I'm not like, I don't know. She's at that, like, she could be a tall dwarf or like sort of a stout human, as possible, half elf. But yeah, you're not sure. April. Ha.
Nice. Good use of Kappa.
What is that? Whose face is that?
It's the sarcasm.
Oh.
Like
It's arcane eldritch twitch lore.
I'm trying to think. Is there? I'm not sure. There's a human in the other party. They've got a tiefling, a dwarf, a half elf, and a monk. No, there are no humans in either of the parties. I think we're all saying something. We're all tired of being human. Was somebody saying something? I'm sorry. Music stuff.
Not that I know of.
Oh, ambience is just not loud.
Let's get a move on, boys. We've got a lich to seal, and I think that's what we're doing.
But also answers.
Also
Yeah, answers, that's
mostly
right.
Answers. And yeah. Choo. So, let me see. I guess all of you who witnessed the eruption, which was all of you, make me a survival check to see if you learned.
These fucking dice.
Not so much. You have inspiration there, Zothok.
Yeah.
Not so much to dodge another geyser, but to see if you picked up on the signs of a geyser erupting.
I used my inspiration. I got a 17.
All right.
You want me to roll that too?
Yeah. So Zothok, like, thinking about everything, he feels like he is able to better know where a geyser will be and not get caught off guard.
And you said that was a perception?
Survival check.
Survival.
He's like, okay, the ground rumbled here, and I got, like, he felt the barometric pressure change in his left elbow, and he's like, all right, I think I can sense when one of these is about to erupt.
I rolled a 9.
You think you know when another one will erupt. Bado.
I rolled with advantage, and I ended up with 23. I can smell it out.
Yes. So the
There's a
Loxodon's
distinct aroma.
Yeah, you get that pre-geyser smell. It's like the charring of the limestone inside before the water comes out.
All the air being displaced.
Yeah. So you feel pretty confident heading forward. When I guess ID10T, roll me a d6 to see if you notice the geyser about to erupt in your path.
2.
You do notice it. So
Really?
you're heading forward. Yep. I've got it highs and lows in my head. You're heading towards it, and you get a bead on the surface water starting to bubble a little bit, and you're like, ha ha ha, I got this. You dodge out of the way, and sure enough, you were right. Bado and Zothok did not have an issue avoiding that.
Okay.
All right, so you guys cover about a mile on this wide expanse. There's no trees, no coverings or anything. The sun occasionally will cut through this thick smoke of clouds, and it's a hot sun. You feel like maybe it heats the air that much more on top of just all this geyser activity. It's starting to get sweltering. Bado is in metal armor. It's a little uncomfortable. It's not unbearable. Do Loxodons sweat? If they sweat,
That's a good question.
I think they use their ears to regulate heat.
Hey, so I hold my ears out away from my head.
I'm sure you fan them a little bit, right?
Yeah, they're like flapping.
Yeah.
They're humming.
And I use his fanning. Feel good.
Rivulets of elephant sweat spray you every time he flaps at you.
But
So
it evaporate, make cooler.
as you guys have, you've gotten closer, and now you can sort of see the actual outlines of this thing. ID Denti, I believe you made a roll earlier, and we did not address it. You were searching for stuff of Warforged make.
Yeah.
Right before the bathroom break. I don't know if we actually answered that.
I'm not sure. I did roll very, very low when I was doing an ocular scan of the environment.
As we're closer, go ahead and give me another one.
Okay. 12 plus 1. It's 13.
So as you've approached this place, you've felt this energy grow stronger. It's an energy similar to one you felt when you've connected with your airship arc, and to a smaller degree when you encountered the other party with the warp jammers. I don't know if it's like a static in the air or how your frame interprets it, but this presence has gotten stronger. You look at the outline of this thing and you realize Azrael's anchor is a massive warforged construct that has vines and trees and all this wildlife growing around it, but it's sort of a building and a construct all in one. As you sort of scan the area on the left side, sort of as the side of the building dips around slightly out of view, you sort of sense another warforged energy separate from this. But you can't
Okay.
see it. You just sort of get like a phantom ping from it.
All right.
Coolio?
Yes, I will keep my eye on that direction as I move forward.
You guys approach this, and you do see a temple-ish opening, like a small gateway in an otherwise featureless surface. It's small and very to the point. Ahead of you, you can make it out. Like I said, you're still like maybe half a mile out from this, but you do see this hallway, this foyer, this entry into this thing, more or less in the direction you're headed. And Grella seems to be picking a path that leads her meandering towards that.
I continue to follow, very cautious of any jettison. Jettison?
Geysers?
Yeah.
And on the last geyser,
I
let's...
may not know that word, no jettison.
Once more, the ground starts to tremble. Bado and Zothok are able to read what's going on. ID 10 team, make me a survival check to see if you identified the signs of a geyser about to erupt.
Wait, a survival check or a D6?
Survival check. The
Yeah, I rolled a nat 20 just now.
natural 20? All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you've convinced yourself, like, I am an expert geyser watcher, and that one you're like, that one's going to erupt, and sure enough, you were right. And you will not get caught off guard by geysers in this area. Again, that much you're sure of.
All right.
So the geysers sort of decrease in intensity on this last stretch approaching the mouth of Azrael's Anchor. You see Gorilla sort of start to repack up like her walking stick and grab her axe again. Sort of start tightening her pauldrons and stuff as she's making her way towards this. Clearly anticipation of whatever lies inside of this mechanical behemoth. Any last thoughts?
Don't say words. I mean, no, I gotta do it.
We're here for answers.
Answers!
I'm here to prove man. What, half man?
All right.
Have more.
So you guys approach the front of Azrael's Anchor. Thick vine growth crawls all the way up this thing. You've sort of lost track while watching the ground for the geysers and pools. You've lost track of how tall this thing actually was, and now that you're standing at the base of this behemoth thing, you can't see the top of it, obscured in mist. You can't see around it because it's so wide, it goes so far off into the distance, and then behind it, this clearing of rock until the jungles take place again in their distance behind it. This thing looks old and futuristic at the same time. ID10T, we sort of joked, looked like a waste bin, wood and metal, sort of like his image right there, second from the right. This thing seems to be made of darker metals with a slight prismatic gleam to them. The woods seem darker gray and harder, but again, a lot of that's obscured by the brush and branch. And then the front of this building, this entryway that juts out, is of a black stone also, with a portcullis closed at the front of it. And Gorilla starts approaching the portcullis and searching around it. While she's busy searching the doorway, what do you three find yourselves doing?
Also inspecting, perhaps more leisurely or more generally.
I'm not touching anything.
Oh yeah, not touching anything. Just looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Okay, you guys gotta stop saying that.
Stop saying what?
It's saying that basically what they just said. So I'm gonna be walking along the outside, along the wall, down the wall towards the signal that I was detecting, and having my hand just rapping against it like you would have like a stick along a fence.
Yeah.
So I'm just going like that down the wall.
Oh no!
Yeah, that's how you secretly activate things.
Oh boy.
So you start, as you sort of walk this way, you're moving in the direction of that secondary ping. While it's not like getting stronger by a noticeable difference, it's sort of like when you're moving for better Wi-Fi. Every once in a while, you get to a spot where you'll get this random ping that it's sending out. Dragging your arms along the side, you see this warforged work behind it. It's exquisite. The craftsmanship's great. You're a little upset. The ship is such trash compared to this beauty.
All right.
I want to know if you think you would recognize the ping. Is there like a memory check? Anybody? That'd just be a knowledge check, I guess.
Yeah, I'll do a scan as I'm walking along because it looks interesting. So I mean, I might as well. Is it an investigation or is it?
You tell me. And
So what am I doing?
History?
Exactly?
So
I would
there's-
say that I am.
How would you try to, like, while you're not sure, in any short amount of time you get closer to this ping, a way to try to identify it, or
Oh, I would probably send a signal to it if I could, like the clicking noise from Apex.
oh, okay.
I'd like to do an Arcana check.
All right, roll me an Arcana check, and then let me know, Zothok, in what regards that Arcana check would be.
And I'm not venturing too far from
Okay,
the party.
okay.
I'm just kind of going like 20 feet.
All right, so I rolled 18 total, and I am looking for any sort of, I guess, traps, or spells. Trying to see if there's anything that's waiting to kill me right here, right now.
Gotcha. What'd you roll on that?
18.
All right, so Bado, are you doing anything else, or are you still just chilling?
I'm kind of intrigued as to what's going on with our robot friend. Gonna follow him.
All right, so you follow our Warforged friend as he starts emanating a pinging, clicking noise.
Yeah, that's new.
Now it's unique to him.
Right.
We'll say they've
It
all
sounds
got
kind of
different-
familiar to
Yeah, it's
the
Apex.
one.
That's what I
Yeah,
had on my
Apex.
soundboard.
Mhm.
ID Genti at some point.
Everything just...
Can you hear us?
Yeah, sorry, everything dropped out for me for a second. That was weird.
So you ping ID Genti, and you get pinged back. What is the signal you send out? What question are you asking? What line of logic or reasoning or?
I want to be stupid, but it's probably going to be more of a serious thing because we are getting into serious territory, in my opinion. So I'm going to go ahead and do just an ID check, kind of seeing like if I can identify the ID of the other signal.
So you ping it, and it pings back in a dialect. You take a second to try to decode. It's a Wark Jammer class, Crocodilian, and then it connects with you that the ship that the other party had, is here at Azrael's Anchor as well, on the other side of this thing. Yeah, but it was an automatic reply.
So yeah, then I will all of a sudden go into full just autonomous robot mode and relay that message to them. Like, all of a sudden the happy-go-lucky kind of cheerful voice goes out, and then it's just like identity detected, and then it'll like relay the ID of the player's
remote
ship.
unit.
Yes.
Does that do anything to you, gang?
It's the identity of of what?
The other party's ship. You guys had an airship named Ark. They had a Warp Jammer, which is sort of like a Dragon Zord that it moved from like an aquatic to a bipedal construct.
Yeah.
ID10T's pinging it on the other side of this, meaning the group of friends who you last saw on the coastline are in the vicinity also.
On the other side of the vicinity. Well, that's good. Can you let them know we're here?
Yeah, I'll make the click noise.
ID10T emanates a sound saying, "You're here. Hey, we're here."
Yeah, just ID10T has arrived at location blah blah blah, coordinates blah blah blah.
You get your reply, clicks back. ID Warp Jammer Crocodilian in autonomous guardian mode. No pilots available for hailing.
They must be inside.
Can remote fly?
We don't need our boat. We can use their boat.
Yeah, let's steal it.
So Gorilla,
Get out of here.
Gorilla hears this. As she's sort of searching around, she's clarifying. You're saying the Warp Jammer's here. You'll remember that she's friends with Leon Bosch and Bosch, who helped get these things working again. And she sort of starts processing this information. And if they're on the other, this is the only entrance here, other than there's a ritual site on the very top. She kind of looks up to the clouds. It's possible they made their trek up top.
What up top?
There's another part of this. It's sort of like another entry, another site of ritualistic importance. If you are somebody who casts molds, it's sort of like a seam line. It's like a release point.
Zothuk has many molds.
So Gorella's like, it's your call. We could try to go in through this front way, or it would take, and she kind of looks up and like waves, visually counts you guys and looks up, and she's like, that's like an 8-hour climb to the top, but it could be done.
Ugh.
What if pilot ship over here used to get to top?
ID10T, you were sensing that signal was weak as it was kind of coming back. So, just doing the calculations, this thing probably didn't have the steam or energy to go up or any further.
Okay.
So they sort of left it parked and hidden. You guys remembered they had at some point, one of them explained to you, if you did not remember, they sort of used an immovable rod as like a battery. And so the warp jammer would drain this magic item and then takes 8 hours to sort of, or takes an amount of time to recharge. So this thing will be movable depending on when they left it, but it probably did not have the juice to go any further. So you could make your way towards it as well if you would like to check. But your assumption is that's why it did not climb. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
You guys can head towards the warp jammer. You could
And I didn't.
make a climb
Arcane
up.
didn't find anything.
Oh, it was a knowledge arcana that you rolled.
Yeah.
So this place is also inscribed with a lot of arcane sigils. You will see. ID10T and your ship sort of had them in strategic points, but these are like engraved in patterns throughout the metal, like tiny chiseled sigils patterned across the entire surface of this metal. The door, while there's a mechanical lock, it does seem that there's also an arcane component to unlocking it. And you see Gorilla, she's sort of flummoxed because she's a barbarian and this isn't her forte. And she's like, well, the door was open when I left. I'm just not sure how to get in here. Do any of you have an idea? How would... Pretend this NPC was not here.
Speak friend and enter.
You do notice Zothok there on your search in a spot that Gorilla did not see. Maybe it looks like a little, it's like a circle inset with a deeper seam, and on top of it is an engraving of, here, let's show you. Like that.
I've tried pushing down arrow.
So it looks like it's all part of one thing, and this whole circle could be depressed. Like me.
Sure. Oh. Sure, but push down arrow.
So you push...
No, push up arrow. Wait.
Do you make an attempt to push it?
Yeah, I make an attempt to push it. Do you even roll?
All right.
Roll to push button.
So
But up arrow.
the stone insets, like it pushes in.
Mm-hmm.
It sinks in and disappears, and you hear some clicking and moving with inside, and
Self-destruct.
You or it?
out pushes
Wait, what?
An hourglass, and the hourglass tips over, and the sand starts to pour out.
Don't like that.
Well, I was joking about the self-destruct, but
Well, stupid thing done. Time clicking.
I would like to cast Detect Magic and see what else is magical in this area.
So you cast Detect Magic, and it's like blindingly magic.
All of everything?
Yeah, this is a magical trap of some sort. There's magical glyphs on the door, wardings of all sort. This place is meant to attune a lich.
Yeah. We know that part.
Yes, magic. Absolutely magic. I don't know if
Why would Lich press button?
it's on the outside, to be fair.
Hey, I figured it out. It's supposed to be hourglass.
Everybody, run away.
Wait, are we not
Can I
left in
try
here?
making the click noise to it?
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and go ahead and click to it. My ID.
No response.
All right, time to run.
Time to run.
I'll turn around and.
Are there none of the other markings or anything I recognize or?
Not really, no. Just this hourglass sitting out on an arm.
Grilla, run!
What happens if turn hourglass over other way?
Restarts the hourglass.
We just keep doing this till figure everything out.
Keep doing what? I'm already running away.
So yeah, they started to run, and
I-
Zothok ran over, flipped it, and then everybody kind of paused and watched.
If flip over, counter reset somehow. I keep flipping.
So
All right,
as
all
long
right.
as you keep doing this, the counter will reset. So you guys can talk it through, and then when it gets down to the time, I will reset it for you. So
Thank
hey,
you.
you're literally on the clock, gang.
I have an idea.
Yes.
I'm willing to hear.
Malfunction.
Say faster on clock.
If turning resets,
Oh no.
then what happens if we only turn it halfway?
Oh. Let's try. Maybe.
Yup.
Attempt to
Yup.
turn it sideways,
Yeah. Halfway
Yeah.
so it can't.
and it like tries to, but there's like a click, and so it's all like as soon as it clicks,
Always
it-
dumping some.
Yeah, it resets. Oh, I've got an hourglass too. I just
What happens? Break.
you want to break it?
No, I don't. I'm asking.
Well, we wouldn't know.
Don't give me ideas.
Where's my hourglass?
What if-
Oh, I know.
Surely, if we run far away, we can see exactly what happens and, work from there.
What if it's a death ray?
Step away from the death ray. Step out of the range of the death ray.
Dungeon Master would like
What-
to step away from the death ray.
Do you see how
What
large
is
this
magical?
is?
What if me now cursed?
It's true.
Win-win.
Oh, how dare!
Can't
I
be
was, of
worse
course,
than what
kidding,
we are
Scott.
going and have experienced so far.
Okay. Let me look around, see what have. None of writing makes sense.
Do an investigation check on this this thing. See if there's anything that we can fiddle with other than the actual hourglass itself.
All right, make me an investigation, please.
Ooh,
Can I roll perception for that?
Oh, I rolled a 1.
question.
There's
19.
a lot of sand in there. You like start looking around and then catch yourself counting grains of sand. 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. Bado, you were perceiving that?
Yeah, I rolled a 19 to check for other bits that are changing along with the hourglass.
15 seconds. No, you don't see bits changing with it. The arm, the glass seems like just regular glass.
Turn glass.
Glass seems like regular glass, and it's like affixed to an arm. That's just made of. Looking at the niceness of everything else, the metal and the glass just seem sort of mundane. If your magic vision is on, the arm's not magic. The sand inside is magic, we'll say. But like the actual hourglass, the longer you've looked at it, you realize the sand inside's magic, the building's magic, this arm, and then that physical glass and wood itself, not magic.
Huh.
What mean?
What
What's
mean?
the about?
5,002,342 grains of sand.
It's not much sand. Okay, think. Okay.
I can make one of us smarter.
Smarter?
Me. me.
My intelligence is already +3. I figure out hourglass.
Yeah.
Zothok discover secrets to space-time, but
Wait, so there's sand pouring out this entire time?
no, like in the glass. It's just
in the
like,
glass. Okay,
yeah.
I was like, where all sand go?
No.
20 seconds. Think. All right, I'm gonna roll.
10.
Let's go ahead and turn glass over, please.
I still think we should let it run and then skedaddle and see what happens.
Yeah, if we do that, I feel more comfortable having one person run super far, me turn, they continue running, another person go, or two people go, and then I run third distance.
In like 30-foot increments, so we can figure out how wide the blast
How
radius
far?
is.
Yeah. How far away is okay?
That's scientific.
Yeah, we'll just use feelings to identify.
And April, you have no ideas.
Have no ideas?
Yeah, I was joking about it.
Y'all want to turn it and run?
Kind of.
Sound like terrible idea to me.
Do you have other ideas?
No.
Is like room they lock you in, you have to find puzzle. Me not done till puzzle done.
Oh.
Brian, did you see that?
Let's hold on.
So I'm gonna use my investigation.
Okay. Yeah.
I rolled a 19 plus 5, so 24.
Okay.
Investigation, looking for any way that like the non-magic thing may be connected to some stuff, and
I mean,
anything else.
This arm that's reaching in is part of some sort of mechanism. It's kind of hard to see because the hole is not too big. You just see this rod go back, and the hourglass is sitting. Just there's like a little pivot.
Turn it.
The hourglass.
But it looks like you could reach and sort of pull the hourglass off if you wanted to.
I think we should pull the hourglass off. It's not magical. It's the sand that does the work. So we can let it run out from a distance at our leisure.
Oh boy, you want to run first, then I pull off.
I'll pull it. I'll pull it.
Oh, I run then. Bye. I run.
So Zothok
Wait, what are we doing?
runs off.
Good idea.
I'm saying
I ran off.
Yeah,
I will. The hourglass and the lever that it's on are not magical, but the sand is. So
Okay.
maybe we can take the hourglass with us. And
This looks tiny.
He's in the distance.
Just as fast as possible. From afar, I give him a thumbs up.
I'll run in the opposite direction, or in a different direction. 120 degrees away with this,
With the hourglass?
with the hourglass.
Okay.
See what happens.
Alright.
I break off the hourglass from the arm.
Alright.
I have the self-realization, if too far away, how we know something happened.
Gorilla runs off. ID 10T, what are you doing?
I turn it before I break it off.
Oh, you
So I get
I'm
a
gonna go ahead and roll. Okay, I did hear them then. I'll step back 15 feet,
Alright, I like it.
but not too far from it, because I kind of want to see what happens.
But I'm running away in the other direction.
I'm slightly far away, but not very.
Trying to use perspective.
It looks very convincing.
Like a band album.
Band album.
I'm gonna lay down on the ground.
Yeah. Where'd you get a cocktail?
Can I ready an action?
Sure, what are you readying?
I'm gonna go ahead and Misty Step. Ready Misty Step. And if anything comes near me, then I'm gonna Misty Step another 30 feet back.
Sure wish I had magic.
1 minute left on the hourglass.
I yell, how much time left?
It's about halfway done.
Bado,
What?
are you holding it in your hand? Did you put it down somewhere?
Ooh, I didn't even think about setting it down somewhere. That seems like the brilliant idea. I will turn
Wait.
it over. I will take it far away, set it down, and then go 2 minutes in another direction.
Right, yeah. Alright, so you want to flip it over and then you're gonna run.
Yep.
Why
Go
near
for it.
me?
Everybody's
Get
just
away, get away.
It's like everybody's out in the middle of this big giant like geyser field.
We were safer next to the thing. Yeah, so I turned it over before I ran. So
Oh, you restarted it again?
yeah,
All right. Well, we're
so
gonna
that I
say
had 2 minutes to run.
We're gonna pretend, yeah. I'm coming.
See everybody's like eye shot, like an eye shot of everybody like looking back and forth at each other, like
Oh, like Good, Bad, and the Ugly.
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't have it on here. I wish I did.
This is the big one. As I grasp my heart.
No, that's not it.
Bear with me.
That's ready to say it.
Wait, what's that?
So the last grains of sand in the hourglass drip, drip, drip out of the top section. For a second, there's a pause.
Oh, good. Nothing happened.
And the portcullis slowly creaks open in front of ID10T, and the doorway into Azrael's Anchor is now open.
Wait,
I told you guys.
nothing bad happened?
I mean, we get to go inside. That could be debatably good or bad.
Bado, you feel like, yeah, there's some sort of like ironic message to that trap, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you're thinking about it. Zothok saying nothing bad happened, and you're like, oh, but the gate opened.
Yeah. Like, is that not bad? Mm-hmm.
So you guys kind of all do the glances again. ID10T, you're closest to this portcullis that has opened up into the Lich's tomb known as Azrael Anchor. I'm going to give you the first call on what to do.
I'm going to slowly roll into the anchor, and I feel like what's the kid's name in Neverending Story when he crosses those two giant sphinxes? And I'm like looking up like at both sides and just being like,
So your tread slowly.
yeah. All you hear is the
revolve.
sand
Yeah, the sand and
rocks
the rock.
under my tread.
And you look up at this towering construct in front of you, and you slowly wheel your way in between the sides and into this darkness.
Thank goodness for building standards, right?
And ID10T has entered Azrael's Anchor. Gorilla sees this. She sort of looks over to you guys. She takes a deep breath of confidence, tightens her grip on her axe, and follows behind, and after not too long disappears into Azrael's Anchor. Zothok and Bado.
I start walking calmly back like that was the plan all along.
I give it a second. Kick the ground, sigh, and then go back in. It's no go place. Where we go, stupid. Go in, please.
Bado, do you
Don't.
enter first?
I mean, after identity.
And Gorilla. The Bado squares up and, without a second thought, enters the shadows of Azrael's Anchor. Zothok.
Stupid. It's one of those, the pause moment where I look back at the world, look into the cave.
Fine.
You might be wondering how I got here.
Yeah, record script.
stupid, and then I go inside.
Zothok begrudgingly walks into Azrael's anchor, and the camera pulls out, and that is where we will end tonight's game of the Axe and Arcana fantasy adventure game. We won't be here next week. I'm going to try and get a video done for next week, but the following Wednesday at 7 p.m. join us where both parties will meet again for the season finale of Axe and Arcana. Thank you guys so much for tonight's
Crossover.
game.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks everybody for watching. Everybody who's still here from the raid earlier, thank you guys so much. Join us here Thursdays at 8 o'clock for some esports. We play Rocket League and Overwatch and Red Dead Redemption 2. I might play some Smash Brothers, and I really want Tony Hawk remastered. 1 and 2. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. We will see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye.
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 Y'all know you can't stop us, 'cause we are warriors. Y'all know you can't stop us, 'cause we are warriors. Y'all know you can't stop us, 'cause we are warriors. Y'all know you can't stop us, 'cause we are warriors.
Stop and think about the things you do, the things you say, 'cause we gon' bring it to you each and every day. Don't play around, clown, we'll put you down. The warriors are here, we came to chase the haters away. We throw down for our brothers, down for our mothers and their sons and daughters to fight for freedom and peace. We'll